is Jackie Broyles, and I'll be answering two questions today: why technology is important and why it can be seen as negative. The first reason why I think technology can be seen as really important is because you can go on the internet and you can use technology as a resource for education purposes, and you also can use it as a way to communicate. Something that I think technology can be used for, as a negative thing, would be that people don't technically really talk to you in person anymore. They kind of just are primarily focused on their technology or whatever they're using.
Taylor Norby. Should I say my major?
Sure.
I'm a broad field science major for teaching. Don't know how to say that correctly. So I'm going to do how technology should be used in education. So in a classroom setting, you can have smart boards and iPads and things like that, but I think they should be used if they are bettering the students' learning instead of just being expensive paperweights or an expensive whiteboard where the teacher just does normal notes on there when they could just be using the whiteboard. Or if the teachers have no idea what they're using it for, then it can be a problem because it's not being used to its full potential.
Allie, do you think that you'd be able to go a day without using technology?
No, I probably couldn't.
Why is that?
It'd be too hard.
Why?
Can we pause so I can think of a reason?
I'm Chris Silver. I'm a business and technology teacher at River Falls High School, and I've been teaching for about 20 years in the area of computer technology and business education. And today I've been asked to talk a little bit about how technology fits into the world as I see it. And we're going to start basically kind of addressing the issue of technology or robots replacing personal care attendants, which would be you. And I think there is a place for technology in healthcare and care of people with disabilities and elderly individuals. But at the same time, there's also the human aspect to it, and I think in terms of psychological health, it makes more sense to combine the technology but also to have a person-to-person relationship in a care situation. I think that people, when you take that away, there's loneliness, and the impact of loneliness, as you probably know, isn't good on our health. So I think no matter what or how far technology goes in just basic cares, I think there's always going to be a need for human conversation and connection. In my own work, it's kind of interesting because in the courses that I teach, we're using more and more online resources and lessons, and there's more screen time for students, and I see a downside to that because it's less obvious sometimes where students need help. Where it used to be a little more obvious, they're obviously more time in front of a screen. The other issue is on the plus side of things, it's made it easier sometimes for students to find information and organize information if they have the online resources. So we use a classroom management system, for instance, where all of my lessons are online and all the video tutorials and things that students need to do well. So I see it as a kind of a plus for student achievement. I do worry about sometimes where students are at in their own conversations with other students, because I think they do tend to text a lot and rely on technology more than they should. So there's a healthy end of it, and then maybe a not so healthy end, and that's the less human to human contact, which I think is a downside.
All right, as I'm scrolling through Facebook, I find this. My parents asked me for help with technology. I don't know. I'm not an expert. People.
publish and have a title of their
Let's do it too. Alicia, would you be able to live without your TV?
No.
Would you be able to live without your phone?
No.
Would you be able to live without these pretty lights that you have strung around your dorm?
Yeah.
Would you be able to live without a fan?
Yeah.
Even in the summer when it's hot in these rooms?
Okay, no.
What about your computer? Why are you on your computer?
Because I gotta write my paper.
Are you forced to write that paper?
Yup.
Would you rather type it or would you rather write it?
Type it.
So you need technology. What are you doing over there?
Printing my paper.
What do you use to print your paper?
My printer.
Technology?
Yep.
Is technology working?
No.
Do you hate technology?
Yeah, a little bit.
Without technology, how would we get coffee? Like, seriously, though. I'm so thankful for technology. Alright, so we're going to hear from Austin. Austin's a tattoo artist by Tats by Zap. Austin, do you think that you'd be able to do your job without technology?
I think it would definitely be possible because, like the Japanese style of tabori, where they use a stick and needles and they do it all by hand, is still to this day a very, very common way of getting tattoos. Otherwise, you have over in Africa the people using just sticks and human bone to do tattoos. So realistically, tattooing's been around for hundreds of thousands of years, and you're able to do it with any sharp object, really. There's people doing it with razor blades and anything, really.
So since you rely on power to run your machines, and that's the way that you learned how to tattoo, do you think you'd be able to adapt to Japanese style of tattooing?
I think it'd definitely be very different and harder to pick up, but if I grew up only knowing that, it would definitely be a lot easier, and I believe I'd be able to figure it out eventually.
So what about your clients who come from out of town and rely on cell phones and shop phones to book appointments? Do you think that would make you guys lose business?
Yes and no. I mean, it would definitely make it harder to learn about different shops unless you were in the area or knew people from that area. But it would encourage more people to go in and actually meet with their artists, check out their portfolio, and instead of just seeing what's put online.
So, in my opinion, I think that technology is beneficial, like, beyond belief. It helps so many people, especially my client who has cerebral palsy, get around. She has a wheelchair. She also has a muscle disorder, so she cannot talk. So she relies on a little device that she can type on that speaks for her. I love my cell phone because it allows me to stay in contact with my family while I'm away at school. I love my laptop because it allows me to get stuff done rather than having to write it out all the time. Technology is so fantastic to me. But I mean, it does have disadvantages, and I think that a lot of it has to do with people not knowing how to interact anymore. It stops working. So I mean, the battery to my phone dies, the battery to my computer dies. But just like everything else, there's pros and cons. I mean, technology is going to get more and more advanced, and I'm hoping that by the time that happens, we'll be able to cure cancer and save more babies who are premature. So the future will tell us.
Let us sing a song of consequence and try to make this matter vanish into oblivion. Nestle the sweet thereafter. Let us sing a song of consequence and try to make this matter vanish into oblivion. And nestle